Friends, gather round. Tonight, we embark on an extraordinary adventure. Tonight, we're going on a journey. A journey through time, a journey through faith, and a journey through the annals of history. A journey through the mind of a man who changed the world with his profound thoughts and unwavering faith. That's right, folks, we're talking about St. Thomas Aquinas, a name that echoes through the corridors of time. Now I know what you're thinking. Stephen, St. Thomas Aquinas, what makes him so special? Isn't he like really old news, a relic of the past? And to that I say, hold your horses. There's more to this story than meets the eye, because this saintly scholar, this theological titan, is way more interesting than your average church pew might suggest. His ideas still resonate today. Aquinas was a 13th century rock star, a thinker ahead of his time, a theological heavyweight who could wrestle with the biggest questions of faith and reason. His works are still studied and revered. He's considered a doctor of the church, which is a fancy way of saying he was kind of a big deal. His influence is undeniable, so buckle up everybody, because we're about to dive headfirst into the fascinating world of St. Thomas Aquinas. Get ready to be amazed by his legacy and contributions. Born into a noble family in Italy, young Tommy Aquinas wasn't your average kid. From an early age, he showed signs of being exceptionally bright and curious. While other kids were playing tag or hide and seek, he was probably like debating the existence of God with his toys. Imagine a child pondering the mysteries of the universe while others were just having fun. His family wanted him to be a Benedictine monk, which was a pretty sweet gig back then. The Benedictines were known for their scholarly pursuits and comfortable monastic life, but Tommy had other plans. He wasn't content with just following the path laid out for him. He was drawn to the newly formed Dominican order, known for their preaching and intellectual rigor. The Dominicans were all about engaging with the world and spreading their knowledge. Talk about a rebellious teenager. His decision caused quite a stir in the family. His family was not thrilled, by the way. They had high hopes and expectations for him, and joining the Dominicans was not part of their plan. They actually kidnapped him and held him captive for a year to try and change his mind. But Tommy was committed. He used this time to strengthen his resolve and deepen his faith. He even resisted the temptations of a certain lady of the night, who was apparently hired by his brothers to, shall we say, test his resolve. This incident only made him more determined. Spoiler alert, Tommy stayed strong. His faith and determination were unshakable. The power of Christ compels you. His unwavering commitment to his beliefs set the stage for his future as one of the most influential theologians in history. Okay, so Aquinas finally becomes a Dominican friar. Now what? Well, he goes on to become this incredible scholar studying philosophy and theology at the University of Paris. And let me tell you, this guy was no slouch. Aquinas was a master of combining faith and reason. He believed that you could understand God through both revelation, like the Bible, and through reason, like, using your brain. His most famous idea is probably the 5 ways of proving God's existence, which is like the philosophical equivalent of a slam dunk. He wrote tons of books and commentaries. We're talking thousands and thousands of pages on everything from the nature of God to the ethics of war. This guy was a writing machine. Section 4, a legacy etched in ink. Speaking of writing, let's talk about Aquinas' greatest hits. His most famous work is probably which is basically the ultimate guide to Catholic theology. It's like the owner's manual for the universe, written by the guy who designed it. But Aquinas didn't just write about God, he also wrote about Aristotle, because why not? He saw the Greek philosopher's ideas as totally compatible with Christian belief. He was all about building bridges, this guy. And his influence? Huge. Aquinas' ideas shaped Catholic thought for centuries, and they still resonate today. He's like the philosophical godfather of natural law theory, which is all about how our understanding of right and wrong is rooted in our very nature. So there you have it, folks, St. Thomas Aquinas, the theological rock star, whose influence has spanned centuries. He was a brilliant mind, a devout believer, and a pretty funny guy, if you ask me. His wit and wisdom were unparalleled. Okay, maybe not funny, but he definitely knew how to make an argument. His logical prowess was unmatched in his time. His work is still relevant today because he tackled the big questions that we're still grappling with: the existence of God, the nature of the divine, the nature of good and evil, the meaning of life, and the purpose of human existence. And he did it all with a healthy dose of reason and a whole lot of faith. His synthesis of faith and reason remains a cornerstone of theological study. So the next time you're feeling lost or confused, remember St. Thomas Aquinas. His teachings can offer guidance and clarity. He might just have the answers you're looking for. His insights are timeless and continue to inspire. And if not, hey, at least you'll learn something new. Exploring his works can open up new perspectives. And that, my friends, is never a bad thing. Knowledge is always a treasure worth seeking.